Igbo Area TV on Ndigbo.
Is Ohanaeze heading to the point of no return? Umahi's reconciliation meeting ends in stalemate. They couldn't resolve. And even according to Iwanyan, he's not aware of any reconciliation meeting. So it's like nothing happened. There was a closed-door meeting that was held on Saturday in Owerri, Imo State capital, and it was aimed at finding ways to reconcile the factions of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo. But the meeting ended in a stalemate. There are two factions of Ohanaeze, like we told you. One led by Obiozo that inherited Nyanwodo's position, and the other one led by Chidibe, the one you had Russia sponsored. We need to have one Ohanaeze, even though the Ohanaeze group is no longer considered by many Igbos as representing the Ndigbo. So there have been plans to unite these two factions and forge ahead, because in unity we will achieve what we want to achieve. But from all indications, they are not agreeing to each other. The Chidibe-led group refused to either attend the meeting or step down for the Obiozo-led group. And the Obiozo-led group is the group we told you earlier, and based on news circulating, Obiozo is the choice of Mieti Allah. So you got that? So we learned that the meeting alleged to have been convened at instance of Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi, the chairman of Southeast Governors Forum. They invited Chidibe, led Ohanaeze, but they refused to come. So where are you going to start? And Iwanyan is not aware of this meeting. According to an insider source, a close associate of Ibe, that's the other leader of the Ohanaeze, who also claims President General, they declined to attend because they suspected the aim was to prevail on them to succumb to the other Ohanaeze, which was led by George Obiozo. He even didn't pick their course. Chidibe didn't pick their course. And when a particular national newspaper also called to know what was happening, he refused to pick call. But according to one of his associates who later spoke but pleaded anonymity, he confirmed that the meeting was actually called by Ebonyi State governor, who is also the chairman of Southeast Governor, David Umahi, but nothing happened. The meeting was inconclusive as Chief Ibe refused to accept the appeal by the governor and other leaders to back down. And when he was contacted on phone to confirm the meeting, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyan, and who is a member of the Imobi Ohanaeze, said, "I'm not aware of any Ohanaeze reconciliation meeting at the government house as that day. So if there was such meeting, perhaps it is the governor that should speak on it," he said. It will be recalled that since the emergence of Professor George Obiozo as President General of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo, there has been controversies as Chidibe maintained that he won the election that was conducted in Enugu. Since it was being zoned to Imo, the election was conducted in Imo, but this other Ohanaeze faction did theirs in Enugu. A reconciliation committee set up by President General for Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide, Professor George Obiozo, who sees himself as the one who inherited the major Ohanaeze, which was from Nyanwodo was immediate past President General. In a meeting he organized to look into the grievances of those who contested the election, he maintained that Chidibe did not even contest the election, so they have nothing to do with him. Did you get that? What he's trying to say, the main election that was conducted in Imo, it was zoned to Imo, the Ohanaeze presidency. And they said any state that the Ohanaeze is zoned to will be where the election will be conducted. So, as far as Obiazo is concerned, Chidibe, who is the leader of the other faction of Ohanaeze, did not participate in the election. But if you listen to Chidibe, he will tell you they did their own election in Enugu. And he won. And in Chidibe's camp is where you find the former leader of the Ohanaeze youth, Isiguzoro. Yeah, Isiguzoro. So, the meeting organized by Omahe ended up in a stalemate. So it's like Ohanaeze is heading to a point of no return if nothing is done. So still on this Ohanaeze matter, had Chidibe officially rejects proposal from governors, but he inaugurates Imo Ohanaeze chapter. The Bonny State governor, who is also the chairman of Southeast Governors Forum, Engineer David Umahi, was disappointed, like we told you. He was disappointed at the government's lodge, Owerri, Imo State. It was as a result of his going to Owerri to engage the two leadership factions of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo in reconciliation to deal to actually restore peace in the socio-cultural organization. We heard from sources from the venue of the assembly in Government Hotel that the faces of both Governor Dave Umahi and Hope Uzodinma of Imo State were fully written with serious and unpretentious anger. Well, I think these two governors have stake in this matter. Umahi wants to be president. Now it's we had the presidency could be zoned to Ndigbo, and Ohanaeze is vital to them. They need to unite it. Then the other governor, who is a Supreme Court governor, Supreme Court imposed governor of Imo State, who didn't win election, Hope Uzodinma, has a tax. Like you've read through the letter allegedly from Mieti Allah that we shared. There is an instruction in the letter that Uzodinma should make it happen that Obiazo becomes chairman. So it's like everything is playing as the script was written. So these two guys, Hope Uzodinma and Dave Umahi, were disappointed because their plans are not working. So Ohanaeze, as far as we know, it's not a united body now. There are factions. They want one single body that will speak and Igbos will follow. Meanwhile, like we said earlier, the Ohanaeze is not a body that Igbos respect that much now. So, and those two governors are the ones who called together for the said reconciliation assembly, like we said. Meanwhile, the kind of trouble leading to a sudden give-up of the meeting arose while the two governors, backing Professor George Obiazo's ambition to be president general of the highest Igbo social-cultural group, asked Engineer Ibe to surrender his role for Professor Obiazo. Well, from sources, we heard that Chidibe briefly told the two governors and other inside the assembly that he's still the genuine president of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide. Supporting his president, the deputy president general from Chidibe's camp, Barrister Uche Okuku, the one from Rivers State, also told the governors emphatically that kangaroo election held at the stadium in Owerri, where Professor George Obiazo emerged, turned roughly unconstitutional, as he maintained that Engineer Chidibe remains the president general-elect. All the same, a reliable source and in a related improvement informed that for the fact that 5 different governors of Igbo talking states were absent at the assembly, it's a clear indication that they are not in support of the obnoxious manipulations of the elections that produced Professor George Obiazo as Ohanaeze Ndigbo President General. As we may have it, this information maintained that the governors of Abia, Anambra, Delta, Enugu, and Rivers State have joined the Igbo elders, stakeholders, and intelligentsia to lend guide to the genuine president of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide, Engineer Chidibe, who was elected in accordance with Ohaneze's laid-down constitutional stipulations. Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, Chief Gary Igariwe was a former President General for Ohanaeze. Professor George Obiozo and others were said to be present at the assembly. And to display that the antics ways of Obiozo and other outlawed members in Ohanaeze cannot distract him, Engineer Ibe even went ahead to inaugurate the newly elected national executive members of the Imo State bankruptcy of Ohanaeze Ndigbo shortly after leaving the government's lodge. So the inauguration opening ceremony had the President General express his joy with the patriotic disposition of Imo Ohanaeze individual to serve Ndigbo. He then thanked Ambassador Azunna Abelu, who is Imo Ohanaeze president, for the commitment to hold the Imo Ohanaeze club intact no matter the planned confusion through politicians to ruin the organization for their selfish interests. And it didn't even end there, as he also advised the Imo Ohanaeze executives and neighborhood authorities chairman to stay steadfast, promising them that his tenure as Ohanaeze Ndigbo President General will bring back the Igbo pleasure and past glory. Well, the Imo Ohanaeze government individual and neighborhood government chairman, drawn from 27 neighborhood authorities region of the country, were all inaugurated with the help of the President General amidst other national executives who get there with the President General to grace the occasion. As you can see, these cracks in Ohanaeze, I don't know when it will be mended. From all indications, this organization is heading for the disaster if care is not taken. An organization that Igbos have lost confidence in, and now there is a split in the leadership. There are factions, and the second one that is seen as the lesser of the factions is even pulling weight, saying it doesn't agree, and even going further to inaugurate members, appoint duties. This is amazing. Please, viewers, add your comment. Tell us what you think. In the coming months and years, there will be developments that will be funny. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and click on the bell icon to get our update anytime it drops. I'm Azoka OG. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click the bell icon. Like our Facebook page. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Bye for now.